Hello, friends. I'm back again after a gap of 2 Wednesdays on Weird, Wacky, Wondrous Wednesdays, and I'm going to read from O Hawk. In fact, I'm going to pick up from where I had left last Wednesday. Those who don't know, O Hawk is a narrative poem which was earlier published in the Significant Anthology, and it fetched me the first real international award for literature in the year 2014. So, let me continue from where I had left last time. Okay, here I go. All of a sudden, the forest shook with a low intensity blast. In the direction of the blast, he started running pretty fast. Then, with a body shaking laughter, he started loudly roaring when he realized it was not a blast but only a man snoring. As he stifled his laughter, there came a man follically challenged. Wondered he whether this was a masquerade theatrically managed. Deep within the wilderness, someone smothered a gigantic cough, and the small cat started piteously howling her furry little head off. Now came an emaciated horse at a furious canter. Astride it were two men involved in a breezy banter. One was very obese and the other painfully skeletal, who seemed to be tilting at an imaginary windmill. A man with a wheelbarrow now towards him walked. With his rumbling walk, the entire jungle rocked. Said he, "Hey, you come out and live a little," skillfully aiming at a thick bush, a thin stream of spittle. Not one thing was the confused one able to understand. Was it some lost kingdom resurrected in jungle land? Where was the woman in white, he frantically wondered? Absolutely befuddled, in an overflowing gutter he blundered. Hold my hand, I'll pull you out," said a good Samaritan, O Hawk. Was it the ghost's night out? No light at the end of this tunnel dark. Behind the trees, the woman in white sat in a swing and smiled. With fear his stomach rumbled. No longer could he watch beguiled. So overwhelmed with emotion, he squatted in a corner and wept, only to spring back with the resolve to go miles before he slept. Maybe he was getting delusional. Maybe yes, maybe not. On the horns of a dilemma, he was pathetically caught. Around the tree stump sat the noisy and weird folks, gorging away with the dexterous use of chopsticks, knives, and forks. "You have to catch a murderer," said a scrawny man in a voice bold. Quipped he, "Catch a murderer? I never even caught a cold." Trying to be smart, eh? He barked, shoving a mushroom into his mouth. Having thrust this indignity at him, now he got up and headed south. By the myriad perfumes of Arabia, he was suddenly assailed when from the bushes the woman in white towards him sailed. Said she, "Partner, we are going to work together for a long while." An elegant hand she stretched towards him with an enigmatic smile. He looked at her, his body tensed, like a guitar tightly strung. He wanted to compliment her, but alas, tied was his tongue. A few feet away stood a man with a goatee, eating a mango. Next to him was an Amazonian woman standing akimbo. Petrified of the belligerent scowl plastered on her face, furtively he bent down and tried to tie his undone shoelace. "Hey you, your paunch is coming in the way, lose weight," said the monstrous monolith in the tacky suit, looking at him straight. "Do not improvise, mind you, your remark was in absolutely bad taste," retorted the man in the hat, crinkling his nose in utter distaste. Suddenly, piercing the darkness, came a bearded man in a trench coat. The man with him, in a red scarf, was brandishing a 1,000 rupee note. Towards the shrubbery, the man in the trench coat quickly headed, strung a hammock between two trees, and was soon wedded. The owl was silent, but suddenly a loud bell rang in the dark. Oh, hark! In the many faces around the tree stump, there was terror stark. Was death calling? Ask not for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee, remarked the man in the hammock, ignoring the chirping bird in the tree. Another of your poems, you wannabe poet? Another of your poems, you wannabe poet? The man in the hat smirked. Are you crazy? It is done, retorted the poet. In his beard a smile lurked. Wiping his lips with a fallen leaf, the hatted one said, I too am done. Before he could retort, in the wilderness, there was the roll of a gun. Thank you so much, friends, for listening. I'll be back next Wednesday.